Something big is happening on December 5th, and it affects Social Security, SSI, and ssdi payments in a way most people were not fully informed about. And because so many seniors depend on these benefits to survive each month, this update has become one of the most important pieces of information heading into the end of the year. December always brings its own stress as heating bills rise, groceries cost more than they did even a year ago, and many families stretch their budgets thin just trying to get through the holidays. But this year comes with its own wave of confusion, because the way payments are being processed around December 5th is different, and millions of seniors are not prepared for what the Social Security Administration and the Treasury system are quietly shifting behind the scenes. If you rely on Social Security retirement, SSI, SSDI, survivors' benefits, or VA-related support, then the days surrounding December 5th matter more than most people realize, because this is the moment when the government begins transitioning from the 2024 payment structure into the new COLA-adjusted 2025 payout system. And this transition does not happen cleanly overnight. It affects timing, deductions, Medicare syncing, processing windows, and even the exact amount that lands in your account. What makes this especially challenging is that many seniors in America are already fighting to make every dollar stretch further, and when even a small, unexpected difference shows up in their deposit, whether it's $3, $10, or more, it can throw their entire month off balance because every penny matters when you are living on a fixed income and watching prices climb faster than Social Security can keep up. Now, before going deeper into what is changing and why the December 5th update is so important, let me welcome everyone who is new here and introduce my channel properly, because this message isn't just information. It's something every senior, every caregiver, and every family supporting an older loved one needs to hear. This is Truth Lens, the channel where we break down complicated Social Security information in plain, honest, real-world language so people don't get lost in government terms, confusing announcements, or the misinformation that spreads online every December when payment schedules get messy. My purpose is simple: to take the confusion out of Social Security and tell you exactly what's happening without drama, without scare tactics, and without watering down the facts, especially for the millions of seniors who deserve clarity after a lifetime of paying into this system. Now back to December 5th, because for many seniors, this date is more than just a point on the calendar. It is the pivot point where their benefits begin transitioning behind the scenes and where temporary changes, small discrepancies, or unusual deposit behavior can occur without warning. The Social Security Administration begins its internal COLA syncing process on this exact date, meaning the system starts recalibrating benefit amounts using the upcoming 2025 COLA increase, and that internal recalibration affects payments even though the official COLA-adjusted deposits don't begin until January. At the same time, Medicare begins aligning its Part B and Part D premium deductions with the New Year amounts, and for many seniors already struggling to cover medical costs, medication copays, and basic necessities, these changes can result in December deposits appearing slightly higher or slightly lower depending on how quickly each system updates. Many seniors refresh their bank accounts hourly on payment days because they need that deposit to pay rent, buy their prescriptions, or stock their kitchens with essentials. These are not luxuries, they are necessities. And when payments shift even by a single day, it can trigger real anxiety. And the truth is, seniors deserve better than to wake up and wonder whether their money will be there. They deserve stability, predictability, and respect after decades of contributing to a system they were told would support them in their older years. But because December 5th marks the beginning of the internal syncing period, the system often shows temporary differences, especially for seniors with Medicare deductions or those receiving both SSA and VA benefits, where clearing times might differ. Treasury officials confirm that December always brings irregularities in payment timing due to weekends, federal holidays, and overlapping processing batches. And this year, those irregularities fall directly into the first and second weeks of December, which is why some beneficiaries may see their payments processed earlier, posted later, or show minor changes in the net amount. These changes hit especially hard for seniors on tight budgets. Many seniors write down their bill due dates on paper calendars, matching them exactly to the day their Social Security arrives. Some even set alarms or plan grocery runs around their deposit. And when small unexpected adjustments show up, like a reduced net amount or a delayed clearing time, the feeling is not just frustration, it is fear. Seniors across America are already struggling to make ends meet, and the rising costs of rent, property taxes, utilities, and medication leave thousands wondering how they will get through the month. For someone living on $1,200, $1,400, or even $1,800 a month, every dollar is accounted for. A difference of $8, like what happened to Dorothy from Indiana, may seem small to those not living this reality. But to her, that change caused immediate panic because she depends on every cent to balance her expenses. She saw a temporary discrepancy after December 5th due to syncing between the COLA system and the Medicare premium update, and even though it corrected later, the stress she experienced in those moments was real. And her story represents millions. Another example comes from Michael in Arizona, a disabled veteran receiving SSDI and VA compensation. When December 5th processing begins, his SSA and VA systems sometimes update at different speeds. This means his SSDI may process earlier, but hit his bank later depending on batch clearing, which can leave him staring at his empty account, unsure why the money isn't there. These experiences are far more common than most people realize. Seniors are not imagining these shifts. The system truly behaves differently in December, and the December 5th sync is at the heart of it. The government does not advertise these processes clearly, so most beneficiaries learn about them only after something unexpected happens. Add to that the December SSI complication, where SSI recipients receive 2 payments in the same month because the January 1st payment must legally be sent early, and suddenly December becomes one of the most confusing months of the year for Social Security recipients. And this confusion impacts more than bank accounts. It impacts emotions, stability, and peace of mind. Many seniors who watch their pennies carefully already feel like they are running in place financially, especially as inflation continues to squeeze their limited income. Prices keep rising faster than COLA can keep up, leaving seniors worried that no matter how hard they try, their money simply won't stretch far enough. Some seniors decide which prescription to refill and which one to postpone until the next month. Others choose between paying their utility bill in full or making a partial payment so they can afford food. Some quietly sit in cold homes during the winter months just to save a few dollars on heating. These are realities that millions face silently, and the December 5th updates, though technical, directly impact their ability to plan for the month. Behind every deposit amount is a person who worked, contributed, raised families, served communities, and built this country. They deserve clarity. They deserve stability. They deserve to know exactly what's happening to their benefits. That is why the December 5th transition matters so much. This is the moment when the SSA begins integrating the new COLA numbers into its internal system, when Medicare aligns its deductions, when the Treasury batches shift, and when temporary differences may appear before stabilizing. For most people, payments will smooth out completely by January, when the full COLA adjusted deposits arrive. But knowing what is happening behind the scenes can ease the mental and emotional burden. No senior should feel alone checking their bank account at midnight, wondering if their payment will arrive, hoping the difference isn't another unexpected deduction, or fearing their finances will not keep up with the rising costs of living. Every senior deserves transparency and respect. And here at Truth Lens, that is exactly what we aim to provide. Clear information with honesty and compassion so no one feels left in the dark about their own benefits.